Listen to me. I'm about to tell you something that could change your life. The way you start your day is the way your day will unfold. And if you start it the wrong way, trust me, you're setting yourself up for a battle you don't have to fight. The first thing you do when you wake up sets the tone for the entire day. And there's no better way to start than with gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful force. It shifts your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. When you begin your day by acknowledging what you have rather than focusing on what you lack, you open yourself to blessings in ways you can't even imagine. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the door to peace, joy, and contentment. Gratitude for the simple things is where it all begins. You don't need to wait for something grand to happen in order to be thankful. You don't need to have everything in your life perfectly aligned. Just the fact that you woke up, took a breath, and have another opportunity to experience life is a reason to give thanks. Too often we get caught up in the noise of the world, looking for the next big thing, when all along the most important thing is right in front of us: our life, our health, our breath. Start with that. Think about it. How many people didn't wake up today? How many people are facing struggles you may never know? Every morning is a gift. If you woke up today, that's God's grace in action. You didn't deserve it. You didn't earn it. It's simply a gift. And the first step in living a life full of gratitude is recognizing that every moment you have is an act of grace. When you embrace that, when you internalize that truth, your perspective changes entirely. Gratitude is a choice, and it's a mindset. It's easy to wake up and immediately think about the challenges you're facing, the things you wish were different, or the burdens you're carrying. But when you choose gratitude, you shift your focus. You decide that no matter what comes your way, you'll choose to see the good. You'll choose to focus on the gifts instead of the gaps. And that changes everything. Start by thanking God for the simple things. Thank Him for the ability to see, to hear, to walk, to breathe. Thank Him for the relationships in your life, for the roof over your head, for the food you have. Thank Him for the new day ahead, and for the strength He gives you to face whatever challenges may arise. When you start your day with gratitude for these things, you create a foundation of peace that will carry you through the day. But don't stop there. Gratitude also means acknowledging the challenges you faced and how far you've come. Maybe life hasn't been easy, maybe you've been knocked down more times than you care to admit, but you're still here. You've made it through every single one of those challenges. And if you're still standing today, that's something to be thankful for. Gratitude helps you to see the lessons in your struggles, the growth that comes through pain, and the strength that God has given you to overcome. When you start your day with gratitude, it doesn't just benefit your emotional well-being, it also affects your physical health. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude can lower stress, reduce inflammation, improve sleep, and even boost your immune system. It's like medicine for the soul. And the beauty of it is, it's free. You don't need a prescription. You don't need to wait for a doctor's approval. You just need to start your day with a grateful heart. The act of giving thanks doesn't just change your mood, it shifts your energy. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you're sending out positive energy into the world. You're saying, I am blessed, I am whole, I am loved. And that energy, that vibration, has a ripple effect. It touches everything around you. It influences the way you interact with others, the way you view your challenges, and the way you handle the obstacles that come your way. Gratitude is contagious. It's like a light that shines and makes everything around it brighter. It's easy to forget how much we have when we're constantly bombarded with messages of wanting more. Society tells us we need more possessions, more success, more recognition, and more of everything. But none of that can bring true peace. True peace comes from within, and it starts with gratitude. When you're grateful for what you have, you don't need more. You already have enough. You already have everything you need to experience joy and fulfillment right now. Gratitude also strengthens your relationship with God. The more you thank Him for the blessings in your life, the more aware you become of His presence. You start to see His hand at work in every moment. You begin to understand that every blessing, no matter how small, is a reflection of His love for you. And the more you recognize His blessings, the deeper your relationship with Him becomes. Gratitude opens your heart to God's love and mercy in ways you cannot experience otherwise. As you practice gratitude daily, you'll notice a shift in your perspective. You'll begin to see the beauty in the little things you may have once overlooked. You'll find joy in the mundane, peace in the chaos, and contentment in the present moment. And when you choose to start your day with gratitude, you're laying the foundation for a life of joy, peace, and purpose. When you wake up tomorrow, take a moment before you get caught up in the rush of the day. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and thank God for the gift of today. Thank Him for your life, for your health, for your loved ones. Thank Him for the opportunities ahead. And know that starting your day with gratitude is not just a good habit, it's a powerful practice that will transform your life. The first few moments after you wake up are critical. They're the moments when your mind is the most impressionable, and whatever you allow into your mind at that time will set the tone for the rest of your day. One of the biggest mistakes people make is immediately reaching for their phones. The moment you unlock your phone, you're bombarded with messages, notifications, emails, and social media posts. You let the world enter your life before you've even had a chance to align yourself spiritually, mentally, and emotionally for the day ahead. This habit, though it may seem harmless, can be incredibly disruptive. The phone, while a tool that connects us to others, also disconnects us from the present moment. When you immediately begin your day by checking your phone, you're letting external forces dictate your emotional state. Whether it's an email that stresses you out, a notification that distracts you, or a social media post that causes comparison, your peace is interrupted. And once that peace is interrupted, it's harder to reclaim it. When you wake up, the first thing you should do is give yourself space to breathe, to think, to pray, and to center your mind. The world doesn't need to enter your thoughts right away. You need time to connect with yourself and with God before you begin navigating the demands of the day. Your phone is a portal to a world of distractions, and when you open it first thing, you risk losing that sense of clarity and focus that should be the foundation of your day. Think about it. How many times have you opened your phone only to find yourself down a rabbit hole of unnecessary content? You check an email, and then another one pops up, and before you know it, you spent 30 minutes responding to messages that don't truly matter. You may scroll through social media, comparing your life to others, or getting caught up in news that only adds stress to your mind. These distractions pull you away from what truly matters and make it harder for you to focus on your goals for the day. The first step in taking control of your day is to take control of your attention. When you pick up your phone, you're surrendering control of your focus to something outside of you. You let the notifications control your emotions and reactions. When you avoid distractions and resist the urge to immediately check your phone, you're asserting control over your thoughts and actions. You're choosing to be intentional with your time, and that's a powerful decision to make. The problem with checking your phone first thing is that it sets a reactive tone for your day. You're not setting the agenda, you're responding to the agenda that's been handed to you. Instead of deciding what you want to focus on, you're allowing your attention to be hijacked by what other people want from you. This doesn't allow you to start the day with a sense of purpose. Instead, it forces you into a reactionary mindset where you're constantly reacting to the messages, requests, and demands of others. When you avoid distractions, especially the ones brought on by your phone, you give yourself the chance to be proactive rather than reactive. You allow yourself to focus on what truly matters in the morning, whether that's prayer, meditation, reflection, or simply enjoying the quiet. In those moments, you can set your intentions, align your heart, and prepare yourself for the day ahead. You take responsibility for your emotional state rather than letting the outside world dictate how you feel. The world will always be waiting for you to respond to it. But the first moments of your day are sacred. They are the moments when you have the most control over your mindset and your emotions. When you give in to distractions, you're handing over that control. But when you resist the temptation to check your phone, you're claiming that power back for yourself. You're saying, I am in charge of how I start my day. Imagine starting your day with peace instead of chaos. Imagine not feeling rushed or overwhelmed by the constant influx of notifications. By avoiding distractions, especially those that come through your phone, you give yourself the chance to start your day with calm, clarity, and focus. You'll find that when you take the time to center yourself before diving into the noise of the world, you approach each challenge with a clearer mind and a more grounded heart. It's not just about avoiding distractions, it's about choosing how you want to begin your day. Do you want to start it with a sense of purpose and direction, or do you want to be swept away by the demands of others? The choice is yours. And by setting healthy boundaries around your phone use in the morning, you can make the choice to take control of your thoughts and actions, rather than letting external forces dictate your emotional state. The impact of avoiding distractions goes beyond just the morning hours. When you start your day with intention, you carry that intention with you throughout the day. The more you resist distractions, the more you strengthen your ability to focus on what truly matters. Your ability to concentrate, to be present in your relationships, and to tackle your goals improves because you've trained yourself to avoid distractions. And it all starts with making that conscious decision to put your phone down and be present in the moment. When you start your day without the pull of distractions, you are setting yourself up for success. You are saying that your peace, your focus, and your purpose matter more than anything the world can throw your way. That's the power of starting your day with intention, and it all begins with resisting the urge to check your phone. Fear is a powerful force. It has the ability to paralyze you, to keep you stuck in a place of inaction, to stop you from pursuing your dreams and fulfilling your purpose. But the truth is, fear doesn't have the power unless you allow it to. Fear, in and of itself, is just an emotion, a signal from your brain that something is unfamiliar, potentially dangerous, or uncertain. It's your body's way of alerting you to what's ahead, but it's not meant to dictate how you live your life. The moment you let fear control you, you give up your power and freedom. The first step in overcoming fear is to recognize that it's normal. Every person who has ever achieved anything of significance has had to face fear at some point. Fear isn't something that magically goes away, it's something that you learn to navigate. And in order to do that, you have to change your relationship with fear. Instead of seeing it as an obstacle, start seeing it as a sign that you are on the verge of something great. Fear is often the indicator that you're stepping outside your comfort zone, and that's where growth happens. When fear starts creeping in, don't resist it. Acknowledge it. But don't let it dictate your decisions. Recognize that fear is simply an emotion, and emotions are not facts. Just because you feel fear doesn't mean it's telling you the truth. It's just a feeling, and feelings are temporary. The longer you allow fear to control your actions, the more you reinforce the idea that you are weak, that you cannot handle what's ahead. But that's not true. You are stronger than any fear you face. You have the ability to take action in spite of it. Fear often thrives in the unknown. We fear what we cannot control or understand. But if you allow fear of the unknown to stop you from taking the next step, you'll never move forward. The truth is, no one has control over the future. We can plan, we can prepare, but the unknown will always be there. The question is, will you let that fear keep you stagnant? Or will you face the uncertainty head on and trust that God is with you every step of the way? Every journey is filled with uncertainty, but it's those who press on, in spite of the fear, that experience the reward. Fear manifests itself as a fear of failure. But failure isn't the end, it's just a part of the journey. You can't succeed without failing at times. The greatest success stories are often filled with setbacks, missteps, and lessons learned the hard way. When you let fear of failure control you, you're robbing yourself of the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to ultimately achieve greatness. The fear of failure will keep you from even trying. And that's the true failure, to not even take the first step because you're too afraid of what might happen. Fear can also show up as self-doubt. You may wonder if you're capable, if you're good enough, if you have what it takes. But self-doubt is another form of fear. It's fear of not measuring up, of not being accepted, of not being worthy. But let me remind you, God created you with purpose. He gave you everything you need to fulfill your destiny. The doubts you have about yourself are not truths, they are just lies that fear tries to plant in your mind to keep you from stepping into your full potential. You have to silence those lies and remind yourself of who you are and whose you are. Another way fear can control you is by keeping you from taking risks. We all have dreams, goals, and visions of what our life could be. But fear of taking risks can stop us from ever moving toward those dreams. It tells us to play it safe, to stay comfortable, and not to try anything new. But growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. It happens when you take risks, when you step out in faith, even when you're unsure of the outcome. If you let fear keep you from taking risks, you'll never know what could have been. You'll never know what you were truly capable of. Fear also thrives in comparison. We often look at others and see their success, their achievements, and their happiness, and we fear that we won't measure up. But comparing your journey to someone else's only fuels fear. Everyone's path is different. Just because someone else's life looks a certain way doesn't mean yours should too. Your journey is yours alone, and you must trust that God has equipped you with the tools you need to walk it. Don't let fear of falling behind or not being as successful as someone else rob you of the joy of your own journey. Another aspect of fear is the fear of what others think. We become paralyzed by the opinions of others, by the judgment of the people around us. But the reality is, most people are too focused on their own lives to worry about yours. The fear of judgment can hold you back from being who you truly are, from pursuing what you truly want, and from speaking your truth. But when you live in fear of others' opinions, you're not living authentically. You're living for someone else. Let go of the fear of judgment, and you'll find the freedom to be your true self, to follow your own path, and to pursue your dreams without fear of what others think. Fear also keeps us in the past. It traps us in memories of mistakes, regrets, and what could have been. But dwelling on the past only holds us back from moving forward. The past is behind you. What happened, happened. You can't change it, but you can learn from it. Don't let past failures or mistakes control your future. Every day is a new opportunity to begin again, to step into the future with confidence and faith. When you let go of fear of the past, you free yourself to embrace the future with courage and anticipation. Fear tries to keep us from trusting in God's plan. Fear tells you that you can't rely on God, that He won't come through for you. But the truth is, God's plan is always bigger than anything you could imagine for yourself. When you trust in Him, when you surrender your fear to Him, you open yourself to the peace that surpasses understanding. Fear may tell you that you're alone, that you're not enough, but God's word reminds us that He is with us, that He will never leave us or forsake us. Trusting in Him allows you to walk boldly, knowing that fear has no power over you. Setting intentions with purpose is a practice that allows you to align your actions with your deepest values and desires. Every day you have the opportunity to set a clear intention for how you want your day, your life, and your interactions to unfold. But setting an intention isn't just about thinking, "I hope today goes well." It's about deciding on a conscious level what you want to manifest in your life and aligning your energy and focus with that vision. Purpose is what transforms a simple goal into a meaningful direction. It gives weight and depth to the actions you take. The key to setting powerful intentions is understanding that they are not passive wishes, they are active decisions to focus your energy on a particular outcome. When you set an intention with purpose, you are not merely hoping for something to happen, you are preparing yourself to take specific, deliberate actions that will bring that intention into reality. Your intention should serve as the compass that guides your actions, decisions, and interactions throughout the day. It's a reminder of where you are headed, and it ensures that no matter what distractions arise, you remain aligned with your deeper goals. But setting intentions is not something that can be done mindlessly or without thought. It requires a deep level of reflection and clarity. What is it that you truly desire? What is it that you are being called to do, to achieve, or to embody? The most effective intentions are rooted in clarity and authenticity. When you set an intention that resonates deeply with who you are and what you value, that intention becomes a source of strength and motivation. It propels you forward and keeps you focused even when obstacles appear. It's important to take the time each day, preferably in the quiet of the morning, to set your intention. As you wake up, take a few moments to breathe deeply and connect with the stillness inside of you. Ask yourself, what is my purpose today? What do I need to focus on in order to move closer to my goals? This simple act of pausing and centering yourself helps create a sense of purpose before the noise of the world begins to intrude. You are taking control of your energy and making a conscious decision about where that energy will go. Your intentions should be powerful enough to fuel you, but flexible enough to allow you to navigate life's unpredictability. Setting an intention doesn't mean that the day will go exactly as planned, but it does give you a direction to return to. When unexpected situations arise, you can look back at your intention and ask yourself, does this align with my purpose today? Is this taking me toward what I want to achieve? Even in moments of chaos or uncertainty, your intention serves as your anchor, helping you to refocus and realign with your greater purpose. The beauty of setting intentions is that they allow you to take responsibility for your day. Instead of allowing circumstances or other people to dictate your emotions or actions, you choose to take the reins of your life. Setting intentions with purpose gives you a sense of control over how you show up in the world. It means that you are no longer drifting from one moment to the next, but actively creating the kind of day you want to experience. It's about being deliberate with your time, your energy, and your focus. Setting intentions is also a way to cultivate mindfulness. When you set an intention with purpose, you are committing to being fully present in each moment. You are making a conscious decision to engage with your surroundings, your work, and the people you interact with from a place of purpose. Instead of being on autopilot, you are actively choosing where to place your attention and how to direct your energy. This mindfulness creates a deeper connection to the world around you and a stronger sense of fulfillment in what you do. A powerful intention is also rooted in the understanding that you are not simply acting for yourself, but for a greater purpose. It's important to ask yourself, how does my intention serve the greater good? Whether it's showing up for your family, your community, or simply for your own well-being, your intention should serve a higher purpose beyond just achieving personal goals. By setting an intention that is connected to something larger than yourself, you infuse your day with meaning and significance. Setting intentions with purpose also requires that you trust the process. It's easy to become frustrated when things don't go as planned or when immediate results don't appear. But the act of setting an intention isn't about forcing outcomes, it's about taking action and being present with the process, knowing that the universe will unfold in its own time. Trust that every action you take, every step you make in alignment with your intention, is bringing you closer to your desired outcome. The journey is as important as the destination. Your intention should also reflect a deep sense of gratitude. When you set an intention, approach it with a heart full of gratitude for what you already have. This sense of gratitude magnifies your intention, allowing it to be infused with positive energy. Gratitude shifts your perspective from one of lack to one of abundance, and this shift in mindset can open doors that you never thought possible. When you focus on what you already have and express gratitude for it, you align yourself with the abundance of the universe. The power of setting an intention with purpose lies not just in what you do, but in how you do it. It's about embodying the energy of the intention, not just setting it as a goal to be achieved. When you commit fully to your intention, you begin to operate from a place of alignment. Your actions, thoughts, and emotions are all working together to bring that intention into reality. There's no separation between your mind, body, and spirit when you are fully aligned with your purpose. Setting intentions with purpose is also a lifelong practice. It's not something you do just once and forget about. It's a daily commitment to living with awareness and intention, to waking up each day with a clear sense of direction and focus. As you continue to set intentions with purpose, you will find that your life becomes more and more aligned with your true desires. You will begin to experience more peace, more fulfillment, and more alignment with the path that you were always meant to walk. The practice of setting intentions is the practice of living purposefully, of living in full awareness of who you are and what you are meant to achieve. In life, we are all bound to face challenges, some greater than others. There will be times when the weight of the world seems too heavy to bear, when the obstacles in our path seem insurmountable, and when the road ahead appears too dark to navigate. But in those moments, we must remember one powerful truth: God's strength is greater than any challenge we will ever face. No matter how difficult the journey, when we lean on Him, we are empowered to rise above it. The strength of God doesn't just carry us through hardships, it transforms the very way we encounter them. The Bible reminds us that we are not meant to carry our burdens alone. In Isaiah 41:10, God promises, "Fear not, for I am with you, be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you, I will help you, I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." This is a divine declaration that no matter the challenges we face, God's strength is always available to us. It is not about our own ability to handle difficulties, but about surrendering our fears and struggles to God, trusting that His power will be sufficient to see us through. It is in recognizing our own limitations that we can experience the fullness of God's limitless power. When we are faced with challenges, it is easy to fall into the trap of self-doubt. We may wonder if we are strong enough, capable enough, or worthy enough to overcome the obstacles in our lives. But God doesn't ask us to be strong on our own. He is the source of all strength. When we rely on His power, we tap into an infinite well of courage, resilience, and hope. God's strength is not something we can earn, it is freely given to those who trust in Him. When we open ourselves to His strength, we find the ability to face anything with confidence and faith. One of the most incredible aspects of God's strength is that it is perfect in our weakness. In 2 Corinthians 12:9, Paul writes, "But He said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." This is a profound truth. God's strength is made evident not in our strength, but in our vulnerability. When we are weak, when we are at our lowest, God's strength becomes the most powerful force in our lives. It is in those moments of feeling broken and defeated that we can experience the fullness of God's grace and power. God's strength does not just help us survive our challenges, it empowers us to overcome them. It changes the way we face adversity. Instead of shrinking back in fear or surrendering to the circumstances, we are able to stand firm, knowing that God is with us every step of the way. His strength is not just a passive force, it is active and transformative. It equips us to move forward in faith, even when the path ahead is unclear. With God's strength, we can rise above the chaos and the difficulties, trusting that He will lead us to victory. When we lean into God's strength, we also begin to see our challenges in a new light. Rather than seeing them as obstacles or setbacks, we can view them as opportunities for growth. Every challenge is an invitation to deepen our trust in God, to grow in our faith, and to witness His power at work in our lives. It is through trials that we often experience God's strength most fully. He does not promise that life will be free from hardship, but He promises to be our refuge and our strength in times of trouble. When we allow Him to work in us, even the most difficult situations become opportunities for transformation. God's strength is also enduring. Unlike human strength, which can be finite and fragile, God's strength is eternal. It does not diminish over time, nor does it fade in the face of adversity. In the Psalms, we are reminded that God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Psalm 46:1. This means that no matter how long we struggle, no matter how deep the pain, God's strength is always available to us. His strength is unwavering, constant, and dependable. It is a strength that we can rely on, not just in the short term, but in every moment of our lives. In addition to being a source of strength for us personally, God's strength also has a broader impact. When we tap into His power, we become vessels of His strength to others. As we experience His strength in our own lives, we are called to share that strength with those around us. This means offering encouragement, support, and love to others who are facing their own challenges. When we allow God's strength to flow through us, we become instruments of His healing, peace, and hope in the world. When we face challenges, it's natural to feel discouraged or overwhelmed. But God's strength is a reminder that we don't have to face life's difficulties alone. In fact, we are never truly alone. God's presence is with us at all times, offering the strength we need to overcome anything that stands in our way. His strength doesn't just help us get by, it enables us to thrive. It transforms our perspective, giving us the courage to continue moving forward, even when we can't see the outcome. It empowers us to keep trusting, keep believing, and keep hoping, no matter how hard the road may be. The challenges we face are not always easy to understand, but God's strength gives us the power to endure. As we face adversity, we are invited to place our trust fully in God, knowing that He is with us and that His strength is greater than anything we can face. His strength provides us with the resilience to keep going, the grace to overcome, and the hope to hold on. No matter what you are facing today, remember that God's strength will always be greater than your challenges. He is your refuge, your strength, and your source of power to overcome whatever comes your way. Living for a greater purpose is about understanding that life is not merely about existing or going through the motions. It is about discovering why you are truly here and striving to align your actions with that deeper calling. Each of us has a unique role in this world, and when we live with a sense of purpose, we are living in harmony with our true potential. Purpose fuels our passions, guides our decisions, and transforms our challenges into opportunities. It's a guiding force that can drive us toward greatness and fulfillment, not just for ourselves, but for others as well. Living for a greater purpose requires a shift in mindset. It's about moving from a narrow focus on personal gain and success to a broader perspective, one that includes the impact we have on those around us. This shift is not always easy, especially in a world that often prioritizes individual achievement over collective well-being. But when we recognize that our lives are interconnected and that our actions ripple out into the world, we begin to understand that our purpose is about contributing to the greater good. It's about living in a way that elevates not just our own lives, but the lives of others. A greater purpose is something that transcends the mundane tasks of daily life. While we all have responsibilities, work, family, and personal commitments, living for a greater purpose means that these responsibilities are not merely burdens to bear. Instead, they are opportunities to make a difference. When we approach each day with purpose, even the most ordinary tasks take on new meaning. Whether it's showing kindness to a stranger, giving of our time and resources, or sharing a word of encouragement with someone in need, these small acts become part of our larger mission to create positive change. To live for a greater purpose, we must first take the time to reflect on what truly matters to us. What are we passionate about? What do we feel called to contribute to the world? Purpose often arises from a place of deep personal reflection and connection to something greater than ourselves. This might be a cause, a belief, or a desire to serve others. Identifying your purpose starts with looking inward, understanding your values, and listening to that quiet voice within that is urging you to do more, to be more, and to give more. Once you identify your greater purpose, it's crucial to take intentional steps to align your life with it. This means making choices that reflect your values, setting goals that are connected to your purpose, and actively seeking opportunities to live out that purpose every day. It's about being deliberate in how you spend your time, your energy, and your resources. When you make choices with purpose, You are not just living for the moment, you are living for something much bigger, something that will have lasting impact on both your life and the lives of others. Living for a greater purpose also involves being resilient in the face of challenges. There will be times when pursuing your purpose feels difficult, when you encounter obstacles that seem insurmountable, and when the path ahead appears unclear. But it is during these times that the power of purpose becomes even more evident. When you have a clear sense of why you are doing something, it gives you the strength to persevere. Purpose helps you push through moments of doubt, reminding you that the struggles you face are part of a larger story, a story of growth, impact, and transformation. Purpose is not static, it evolves with you. As you grow and learn, your understanding of your purpose may shift or expand. What once seemed like your calling may lead you to a new mission, a new goal, or a new direction. This flexibility is part of the beauty of living for a greater purpose. Life is a journey, and as you progress along that journey, your purpose will continue to reveal itself in new and unexpected ways. Embrace the changes that come with living a purpose-driven life, knowing that they are part of the unfolding of your true calling. Another key aspect of living for a greater purpose is the ability to inspire others. When you live with purpose, it becomes contagious. People are drawn to those who are aligned with something greater than themselves because it gives them a sense of hope and direction. By living for a greater purpose, you not only elevate your own life, but also inspire others to find and pursue their own purpose. The impact of living with intention is far-reaching, as it creates a ripple effect that encourages others to step into their own potential and contribute to the world in meaningful ways. Living for a greater purpose also calls us to serve others. At the heart of many noble purposes is the desire to uplift, support, and help others. Whether it's through acts of kindness, mentorship, charity, or simply being present for someone in need, service is a vital component of a purpose-driven life. Serving others allows us to take the focus off ourselves and remind us that we are part of a larger community. It connects us to the collective experience of humanity and brings fulfillment that cannot be found in self-centered pursuits. When lived fully, can be a powerful source of peace. Many people spend their lives searching for meaning, for something to give their life depth and direction. But when you live for a greater purpose, there is an inherent sense of peace that comes from knowing you are exactly where you are meant to be. No longer do you feel adrift or disconnected from the world. When your actions are aligned with your purpose, each step feels certain, and each challenge feels like an opportunity for growth. This sense of peace comes from knowing that you are contributing to something larger than yourself, and that your life has meaning. Living for a greater purpose also involves taking responsibility. It's about recognizing that we are not passive recipients of life, but active participants in shaping the world around us. When we live for purpose, we acknowledge that our actions have consequences, and that we have a role in creating the world we want to see. This responsibility is not something to be feared, it is something to be embraced. It empowers us to take charge of our lives and to take ownership of the impact we have on others and on the world.